Okay, so Ms. Hartway just posed a question to you about how we're able to put sharp objects through a bag of water and not have it leak. And what we talked about is that there are these polymers, these long chains of amino acids that are reacting. So we're actually breaking up the polymer strands, and the bag is creating kind of like a suction cup around the pencil to prevent any leaking. Okay, now the second question I just posed to you is if I was to remove these pencils, this water would drip all over Miss Hartway. So what can I do to prevent this water from dripping all over me? And the answer to that question is something called sodium polyacrylate. Sodium polyacrylate can be found in a very, very common object that a lot of us have used in our lifetime. You can find sodium polyacrylate in diapers. So what I did is I cut open the inside of the diaper, and it's this really dry, cottony material, and when you feel it, you can feel little tiny crystals. And actually, as I picked it up, a couple crystals fell onto my lap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that sodium polyacrylate from the inside of the diaper into the bag. Now, and these are amazing. These are super absorbent polymers, and they can absorb up to 1,000 times their mass. So as I slowly start to add this into the bag, it actually changes form. You kind of felt the squishy, kind of wet material on the inside. Well, this is exactly what's happening. These polymers of super absorbent polymers are absorbing urine. Check this out. In just a minute, I should be able to pull the pencils out of this bag, and none of the water is going to leak on Miss Hartway. It's expanding. It's kind of turning into something that I would like, kind of slushy material, but it has a really, how would I describe it? It feels wet, right? I can tell there's some water, some liquid mixing with it. All right, so I'm going to pull these pencils out, and we have no water dripping on Miss Hartway. And if I was to reach into the bottom of this bag and pull the polymers apart a little bit, you can see a little bit of that crystal formation. All right. So great job using your big brains today. We talked about how these pencils can go through the bag and how those polymers that we're interfering with are attaching to the pencil. And then you learned about superabsorbent polymers, a different type of molecular formula that absorbs that material and preventing Miss Hartway from getting wet.